Want to know what a 29-year-old millennial spends every month in Chicago? Wait no further. Today I'm going to share what I spent in March 2021, and if you stick around to the end, I'll be sure to share my net worth update as well as my total savings number and my total debt number. Hi, it's Clo Bare. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining today. We are going to cover everything that I spent in March 2021. If you're new here, welcome. And what we do on this channel is I cover pretty much anything money related, but I also share all of my spending reports and kind of vlog it out so you can see what I spent as a 29-year-old, almost 30, here in Chicago, and what it costs for me to live here every month. Now, we're gonna get right to it, but before we do, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps my channel out a lot. And as you know, only about 50% of my viewers actually subscribe. So if you're one of those viewers and you haven't subscribed yet and you like learning about money, be sure to hit those two things, hit that like and hit that subscribe so that you can see more videos from me about money. I feel like I've been saying this every month lately, but March was an expensive month. Not only did I have super high expenses for Clo Bare, but I also had some really high expenses for my health as I continue to try and figure out why I'm tired all the time. Turns out it's not sleep, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. And I also just had some random expenses for entertainment and some other things that kept coming up. And at some point, it kind of started to feel like I was bleeding money. So I'm really hoping that in April, I'll be able to really start saving some money and stop spending so much. So let's take a look at my categories first. So in March 2021, I spent $280 on groceries. So that's a little bit high for me. Generally, I like to keep it more like $250, but there were some extra expenses that included things like my boyfriend really doesn't go grocery shopping like I do. So when I show up at his place, a lot of the times we have to go grocery shopping. And so we'll split the bill and we'll get groceries for the weekend that I'm there. And so the reason that alone is fine, but the reason that it really ends up being more expensive for me is because we go to Jewel. And Jewel is one of the most expensive grocery stores that there is, but it's really close to his place. So we always end up being really lazy and just going to Jewel. So one of the things I need to do is I need to start making us go to Aldi instead when that happens. The next expense was Clo Bare, and Clo Bare had a pretty expensive month. I spent almost $270 on Clo Bare. That's mostly for different business expenses, and I don't honestly mind going over in Clo Bare because Clo Bare is a business expense, so I can write it off in my taxes. What I went over in last month was my Tailwind renewal, which is a tool that I use for scheduling and automating my Pinterest feed, and it's a great tool to help build traffic for all different things. But if you're interested in using it, I have my referral link in the description below. But that was $119, and then I also had some other expenses like Facebook ads and book for a giveaway. Health Medical also had another expensive month. I spent $486 on my Health Medical, and that's mostly because I had to spend $400 on a sleep study. Originally, I thought it was going to be $1,000, so I paid $1,000, and I was able to get $600 back because my in-lab sleep study actually wasn't approved, so I had to do the at-home sleep study. That was way less expensive. It was like $200 or $250, and then I had to pay for the follow-up appointment, which was $150, and so that was definitely expensive. I also had to pay for some vitamins and some protein that I ran out of. So all of those little things just added up, and it was an expensive health month for me. Unfortunately, I think health is going to continue to be a pretty expensive category for me because I have a high deductible plan for my insurance. So I kind of think this is going to be the new normal for me, and maybe it's just because I'm turning 30, so now everything's just a lot more expensive. Home, standard price, I spent $14.19 on my rent, nothing else. Transportation, I only spent $7 on. Personal is at $72, which is pretty good. Usually I spend about $100 a month, so $72 is a little bit lower, and I'm totally okay with that. And then I did end up spending quite a bit more on entertainment last month. So, okay, I guess not quite a bit more. I usually try to spend about $150 on entertainment. My utilities and cell phone was pretty much the same. It was at $144. We did have some travel expenses last month too, which was about $240, and what we'd spent on that, I don't know why I'm saying we. It's because my boyfriend and I went down to Florida to visit his mom, and so that was the price of the ticket to Florida as well as the rental car that we split. That was pretty normal at $672, and then dating was at $99, which is a whole $1 less than what I usually spend, so I will take it. Little lady Logan also had a very expensive month. I had to take her to the vet for her annual checkup and shots, and so I also had to buy her food, and the vet was about $300 and then her food was about $45. And then of course I'm saving for a down payment on a property, so I put $2,000 into my home fund, which is great. I was really only thinking I'd be able to save $1,000, so $2,000 is definitely a lot better. And then I've spent $8 on renter's insurance. So overall, it was kind of an expensive month with my vet bills, some travel expenses, my health bills, and then going over in groceries. Okay, I only went over $30 in groceries, but still, it was a little bit more expensive last month, so I'm really hoping that I can save more money in April. Now, let's get to the spending report, shall we? All right, so I spent $74 on a lunch date. Tarek and I have been trying to do a little bit more to kind of keep the romance alive in our relationship. So we decided to randomly go out for lunch, and it was really nice. We had a couple of drinks. Actually, I had a couple of drinks because he doesn't drink, and we just got some lunch, and it ended up being 74 bucks, which is definitely more expensive than I would normally spend on lunch, but it was really nice to just do that and get out of the house and do something. So we needed it. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so we just went to the grocery store, and earlier today I thought that we didn't have a knife, and so we bought this knife, as in I bought it, and it was $20. But then, of course, Tarek gets home, and what does he find?
The knife.
The knife. But we're gonna keep the $20 knife because he only has one knife. Then on date night, we spent $6 on a movie, and I can't remember what movie it was now. Then on the 1st, I spent $19 on my gym membership. I spent $73 on Instacart, so that's more expensive than I would have spent if I had gone to Aldi, so it's another reason that my grocery bill was a little bit more expensive than normal. Then I spent $12 on G Suite for Clo Bare, $50 on a flight to Fort Lauderdale. That was because I had a lot of free points, so our flights to Fort Lauderdale were actually free, covered by my points, and then he and I split the price of the flights back. So it was pretty inexpensive to travel down to Fort Lauderdale to see his mom. Then I spent $672 on my student loans, and then $14.19 on my rent. On the 3rd, I got a new microphone for Clo Bare. I actually am using it right now. I use my cell phone to film my YouTube videos, and so sometimes the sound isn't as great as I want it to be. So I got this little shotgun microphone to basically help me with the sound on the YouTube videos. Hopefully the sound has been better lately. Let me know in the comments below. So my little lady Logan here is she will be getting spayed, and I am doing her spaying through the rescue that I got her from, and so I had to buy her a cone, and this was $16. Then on the 5th, I spent $86 on Aldi groceries. I don't know why I spent so much on groceries. I probably went grocery shopping when I was hungry. And then $120 on that Tailwind app that I was talking about earlier. Then on the 6th, I spent money on a rental car for Florida. That was $195. And then I spent $7 on parking when my boyfriend and I went to Chicago to do some axe throwing. And then that night, I actually had a gift card to go to a local restaurant here in Oak Park called La Trattoria, and we were able to have a really nice dinner for only $28. Then I also spent $400 on that sleep study, $4 in PayPal fees for Clo Bare. Okay, so I do this a lot, and this is what gets me in trouble, is I stopped on the grocery store on the way home from the gym, and I spent $18.98 on just a couple of things. So I got some ice cream, this Nick's ice cream, and it's only like, it's one of those like low calorie ice creams, and then some vinegar, some maraschino cherries, and then I also got that Polar Ice there, which I freaking love. All right, we are transferring $2,000 because I had to borrow so much money from my savings, so we're trying to make up for everything that I borrowed last month because of my sleep study and some travel expenses. I spent $6 on moisturizer. So I just spent $18 at Jewel. I needed to get some LaCroix because they didn't have any of the flavors that I liked at Aldi. And then I also just needed to get like something for dinner that wasn't just vegetables and rice because I'm a little tired of vegetables and rice. So I got some, let's see, what is this? Sesame ginger tofu to go in like a bowl. And then I also got some kimchi, and I love kimchi. So this was $4, which is insane. And then the tofu was $3. Jewel is so expensive. I try not to shop at Jewel, but there is one right around the corner from me. And so when I forget things or when I need like a specialty item that I can't get at Aldi, then I go to Jewel. So just this stuff, the tofu, the kimchi, and the 2 things of seltzer was $18, which is crazy. All right, so I just got home. It's been a busy, busy day. I just went to Aldi. I got $47 worth of groceries, but at least 20 of those are for a potluck that I'm going to tonight with some of my close girlfriends. So that'll partially be for entertainment and then partially be for groceries. I'm also just going to try and not buy a lot of groceries this upcoming week because I've been going over budget in groceries a lot, and so I need to make up for it in order to meet my goals. All right, so as most of you know, I had a giveaway for getting to 5,000 followers, and so now I am purchasing the book that the winner chose, and it was the Millionaire Next Door. Nobody cares about the Millennial Next Door, but it was $20.62. Here, I'll show you. So, and I ordered it from Bookshop because I'm trying to do better about not ordering from Amazon. And I specifically chose Semicolon, which is a bookshop here in Chicago that is a Black woman-owned business, and it's the only Black woman-owned bookshop in Chicago. I love it. It's super cozy and cute inside. So that is where my winner is getting this from. $2.55 on a cookie. I don't know, I think it's one of those like protein cookies, the like Larry and Lenny ones. And then $144 between Comcast and my cell phone bill. Then on the 16th, I had to spend $280 on Logan's vet bill. Okay, so do you just ever have one of those days where you're like, screw it? I had one of those days, so I just spent $30 on candy. Just look at all this candy. These are amazing, Nerd like gummy clusters. And I also got some beer. These I freaking love. No, I'm probably not gonna eat this all in one night, I promise, but even if I did, who cares? Oh, and some Cadbury cream eggs. Then I also got a wonderful beer. I got this Eugene Porter from Revolution, which is a local brewery here in Chicago. And Logan's excited. Logan, are you excited about the candy and beer? Yeah, are you excited? Are you excited? She's like, no, I'm really not. And then I spent $8 on renter's insurance, $45 on drinks, which I count as entertainment. That was for the drinks that I paid for me and my neighbors who are watching Logan when we go to Florida. And then another $1.95 on PayPal fee, $11 on shipping for Clo Bare. I shipped out some painting. Okay, we spent $30 on groceries today for scallops. And then I also got some ice cream and some other stuff for lunch. $13 on breakfast, which was also a dating expense. And then $13 at Jewel. Apparently $13 is like the number of the week. So then I had some more PayPal fees. I spent $6 on PayPal fees. Okay, so I ran out of vitamin B12, so I just purchased that. That is $37 for like I wanna say 120 capsules, so that's like 2 a day, so a 60-day supply. Okay, so I just got back from the store and I went to Jewel. I got like a bunch of random things. So I got these snacks that I freaking love. These Fiber One brownies. I use those as dessert. And I got these little protein bars too, just because I always feel like I'm looking for good snacks, you know? I got kimchi again, which is another $5. I know it's too expensive, but I didn't plan well again, and so I ended up going to Jewel. I got the tofu that I got last time, and then I got bananas, eggs, and grapes, and that was $28. So all of this for $28. That does not seem like a lot, and I'm not proud of this haul, but it was something that I really just needed a couple of things quickly, and so Jewel got my money again. Then I spent $50 on Facebook ads, and I will say they were totally worth it. I ended up getting like 10 new clients from those Facebook ads, and I only spent $50, so money well spent. And then I spent $11 at Aldi for groceries. Aldi is so much cheaper. I'm pretty sure that was the night where I got sushi and dessert. And then I spent $13 on roti one day when I was just feeling really lazy. And then finally, I spent $45 on dog food for Logan. And that was also 30 bucks. Protein and supplements are really expensive. Now, the total amount of money that I spent for the month of March 2021 was $6,208. When you subtract my business expenses and you track the amount of money that I put into savings and the amount of money that I put on debt, that means that I only spent $3,268 on my living expenses. My total post-tax, post-deductions income for the month was $6,801. So that means I spent 53% of my income on living expenses, and then I spent 29% on my saving expenses. Not bad. And then I also put 16% of my paycheck into my 401k. So that's pre-tax dollars though. Now let's look at the total amount of savings that I have and the total amount of debt I have and see what my updated net worth is. So I currently have $10,000 in my emergency fund, which covers about 3 months of my expenses. I have $5,000 in a home fund, and then I have $58,000 in a real estate investment. My 401k had a huge leap this last month, and it's now sitting at $85,000. My 401k jumped up to $85,000, which is actually $7,000 more than what it was last month. So thank you for the market doing well. Even though I know that that's gonna go back down, it's still nice to see. And that means my total savings is sitting at $159.8 thousand. What's really cool is that I was able to increase my net worth by $8,000 in just 1 month. And that's because I saved money, I also invested more money, the market went up, and I put money on debt. That's pretty much it. Let me know what questions you have in the comments, and let me know how your March 2021 spending went and what you're planning to do for April 2021. And if you haven't already and you've made it this far, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos from me. And if you liked this, you'll love my TikTok. So on my TikTok, I make goofy videos about money every single day. I usually post at least 3 videos a day, so go follow me there. And then if you're not already following me on Instagram, I post there twice a day, so be sure to follow me there as well. And the content that I have on there is even different from the content that I put on TikTok, so it's not just cross-posting, it's all original. So be sure to give me a follow there, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.